Hey guys, welcome to Master Programming Tips and Traps C# programming series. In this video, let's talk about properties in C#. What is properties, why we need properties, and how to define properties. Let's get started. So properties in C# are nothing but one of the features provided by .NET framework. So what does a property do? A property just wraps around private variables and it uses get and set accessors to retrieve and store value of a variable into it. So I have written a sample program to demonstrate this point. So here I am having a class called program which is having one private member variable. Since the member variable is private, it cannot be exposed outside the class. If I want to expose this private member variable outside the class, then I need to write some public methods. So here I have written two public methods. One method for getting the value of that private member variable, which is get country name, and the other method is for setting the value to that private member variable, which is set country name. Inside program, I have created an instance. Inside main, I have created an instance of the class program, and I'm calling set country name to set the value by using that instance and get country name to getting that value. So I will build the solution. My build is successful and I am executing the solution. So here it prints German. Instead of writing public methods to expose private member variable of a class, the other way is we can write properties as mentioned in step 1. Properties are nothing but wrapper around private variables of a class. So let's see how to write property. So public string property name get and set. A property should have get and set accessor. Inside get accessor, what I'm doing is I am returning the value of that variable. The return return rename and inside set country name equal to setting the value for that private variable value. So this is the property for that private variable. So now instead of calling public methods to get and set value to that private variable, I can go for properties. I'm committing these two lines. P dot cn. Cn is the property name. German. Cout P dot cn. So I'm building the solution. So my build is successful and executing it. So properties are nothing but to it is a way to expose private variables of a class. Next, properties can be read-write, read-only or write-only. So if a property is having both get and set accessor, then that property is called as read-write property. If a property is having only set accessor, then that property is called as read-only property. So if you go to main, here it is displaying an error. If you hover the mouse over that property name, it shows it is read-only. If a property is having get accessor, then it is called as read-only property. If a property is having only set accessor, then it is called as write-only property. If you go to the main method, here it displays an error. It lacks the get accessor. So this is mentioned in point number 2. Properties can be read-write, read-only or write-only. Now point 3. Properties cannot be passed as ref or out parameter. So what does that mean? So here I am writing one dummy method, public void show value, which takes one string argument as parameter of type ref. String str ref. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am calling this dummy method p dot show value. So which accepts one string argument. So here I am passing my property as a parameter to this method. P dot cn. So here it displays argument 1 must be passed with the ref keyword because the parameter is of type ref string. So here I am passing ref. It displays me an error. A property or indexer may not be passed as an out or ref parameter. So if my method is taking one argument of type out, if I pass here out, so your property or indexer may not be passed as an out or ref parameter. Here cn is nothing but it is an property. So properties cannot be passed as ref or out parameter to method arguments. So this is mentioned in point 3 and we have seen an example here. So I am just removing the lines of code which I have added. And the next point is properties can be auto implemented. So in previous case, we have written the property manually. So, but there is one more thing called auto implemented properties. So how to define an auto implemented property? Just type prop, press tab twice. It is an auto implemented property. Auto implemented property. So auto implemented properties don't have body for get and set accessor. So how to define an auto implemented property? I will repeat once. Just type prop and press tab twice. It is an auto implemented property and we can change its type, any valid C# type. And auto implemented properties also can be read write, read only, or write only. So to make an auto implemented property as read only, then I need to prefix set accessor with the keyword private. So this is read only auto implemented property. If I want to make auto implemented property as read only, then I need to prefix private keyword with the set accessor. If I want to make auto implemented property as write only, then prefix private before get accessor. So this is write only auto implemented property. This is read write auto implemented property. So property names should not be same. And two. Point 4 is properties can be auto implemented. Point 5 is properties can be inherited. Since properties can be inherited, we can override the properties. Let's see with an example here. So here I'm having a class AB which is having one private member variable, and this private member variable is wrapped by one property which is called as num1, and this class AB is inherited by class CD. So CD class inherits AB. So inside main, what I am doing is I'm first I will comment this one. I'm creating an instance for CD object equal to new CD CW object dot num1. So creating an instance of the derived class CD and accessing the property which is defined in base class num1. So in CD class, I don't have anything. It is an empty derived class. So I'm building the solution, build is successful, and running the solution. So it prints the value of that integer variable. Since property is inherited, I can override the property in derived class. To override a property, I need to declare the property as virtual. So here I am defining this property as virtual. So properties can be defined as virtual. So once I define the property as virtual, I can override in derived class. We will see that one. So public virtual override base dot num1 base dot num1. So in derived class, what I'm doing is I'm overriding the property. I'm just trying to set the value of the property which is defined in base class. So sorry, I need to remove this keyword here. Yes. To override a property, I need to use the keyword override in derived class, and the property is declared as virtual in base class. So now I'm going to the main method. I'm commenting this line of code. I'm creating an instance of base class AB object which points to the derived class CD. Now CD object dot num1. So I'm building the solution, build is successful, and running the application. Done. So inside main, I'm creating an instance of base class which is pointing to the derived class, and I'm just accessing that overridden property in derived class. So the same thing I can do here. Object 1 instead of AB, object 1. So this base class object is now pointing to base class itself. So I'm building the solution, build is successful, and 10, 10. So as mentioned in point 6, I can declare the property as virtual in base class and override the property in derived class. And a property can also be marked as sealed. So once I declare the property as sealed, then that property cannot be overridden in subsequent derived classes. Let's see that. I have one more class called EF, which is derived from CD class. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just copy pasting this. In EF class. In derived class, I'm marking this as sealed. So once I make this property as sealed in derived class CD, here I get an error. ef.num1 cannot override inherited member because it is sealed. Here ef class inherited from CD class and it is trying to override the property. Since it is sealed, I cannot override this property in ef class. So this is mentioned in point 6. And I can declare properties as static as well. So let's see that. I will comment this piece of code. So I'm coming to this class program. I'm marking the property as static. So static properties only refer to static members of a class, so that I need to make the private member variable as static. So inside main, I will comment this line of code. Inside main, since I have declared the property as static, no need to create an instance of this class program. Straight away I can access cw program.cn. Program dot cn equal to so this is a static property. I'm building the solution and executing it. So this is the output. So properties can be defined as static, virtual, sealed, and abstract. So here, this is the virtual keyword, this is the sealed keyword over the property, and this is the static keyword. And you have seen auto-implemented properties here. So that's all, guys. So if you have any doubts, please write your queries in the comment section. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.